I don't think I think Tank will sign that contract.
Dang.
And I'm going to sign a contract too. So it's
Then
like,
you gonna get it.
They throw shots, but they say so. Like, he throw shots and then want to be buddy. You know what I mean? And I feel as though that's don't be like that. If you like that, then stand on that.
Dant Davis is willing to fight Shakur Stevenson as long as one harsh condition is met. Tank Jaunt Davis, the WBA lightweight champion, solidified his place as one of the best boxers by shockingly knocking out Frank Martin in the 7th round at the MGM Grand Arena in Las Vegas on June 16th. This was Davis's 5th successful title defense since he won the vacant belt by beating Yuri Orkis Gamboa in December 2019. Davis now has an amazing 30 wins, all by knockout. Davis has made a name for himself as a knockout artist and a strong lightweight contender.
And the whole Loma thing wasn't his fault. Loma's the one that backed out of it and said he was going to take some time away. So that's not necessarily on Tank. Regardless if we're talking resumes or not, I think the one thing that Tank has over Shakur is he's actually entertaining to watch. He is a pay-per-view fighter. He does sell pay-per-view fights. Like, people want to see Tank fight. He's exciting. I don't think Shakur or Stevenson has that under his belt.
When Davis thinks about his next fight, the stakes have never been higher. The lightweight class is full of talented fighters, and Davis has a lot of choices. One of these is Shakur Stevenson, who is the current WBC lightweight king and a silver medalist at the 2016 Olympics. A fight between the two would bring them together and pit their styles. Stevenson's defensive prowess contrasts with Davis's devastating power. Public conversations between the two fighters have made fans even more interested in this possible fight.
And he'll be 31 at the time of his retirement. Like, I'm not buying that. I do think there's some truth to what he's saying in terms of, like, I buy that he wants to just step away. There's a lot of fights we're potentially missing out on. And today, this is noteworthy, but he dismissed Shakur Stevenson as somebody who's accomplished nothing in boxing. Their resumes they're not like terribly far apart in terms of quality of opposition, things of that nature. Like, Tank's been in our lives a lot longer, but Shakur Stevenson rose to prominence very quickly. And I think, like, that's a...
Beyond Stevenson, Davis has other intriguing potential opponents, such as Teofimo Lopez, the WBO junior welterweight champion, or William Zappa, an undefeated rising star from Mexico. Each fight presents unique challenges, but Stevenson stands out as the most significant for its legacy and fan excitement. Shakur Stevenson is a big test for Gervonta Davis as the winner. Stevenson is undefeated and widely regarded as one of the most technically sound fighters in boxing today. A 2016 Olympic silver medalist, Stevenson has climbed the professional ranks with precision, depending on his sharp defensive skills and exceptional ring IQ to neutralize his opponents. His style contrasts sharply with Davis's, making a possible matchup between the two a fascinating tactical chess match. Stevenson has not shied away from expressing his desire to face Davis, challenging him publicly and making it clear he thinks he has the tools to win.
Me and Tank, it's the biggest fight in the world.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be the biggest boxing fight in the world when it happens. I could see it happening not too far in the future.
Really?
I think Tank will sign that contract.
Dang.
And I'm going to sign a contract too, so it's
Then
like,
you gonna get it on.
The unification fight between Davis and Stevenson would not only draw significant attention, but also elevate both fighters' careers. For Davis, defeating Stevenson would silence critics who argue that he has not consistently faced elite-level opponents. For Stevenson, a victory over Davis would establish him as the undisputed king of the lightweight division, adding an unexpected twist to the narrative. Down Davis has recently hinted at retirement, saying that he plans to leave the sport after 3 more fights in 2025. This announcement has left fans and analysts speculating about his motivations. Some view it as a negotiation tactic, while others view it as a genuine indication of Davis's plans to leave the sport on his own terms. Davis's comments were delivered with a tone of discontent, suggesting frustration with the boxing world, or possibly with the demands of keeping his status at the top.
You and Shakur had some back and forth going. I'm talking about some serious back. This is the first time I ever seen Tank listen, this might have been the first time I seen my Tank from Baltimore come out. Nigga said, what up, Buzzball, niggas? I was like,
Cause it's like I wasn't really on no like speaking on other people's name type stuff. You know what I mean? And a lot of people they
His perfect record and knockout-heavy career have made him a star, but the pressure to continually perform against top competition can take its toll. Retirement would deprive fans of potential marquee matchups, particularly the highly anticipated clash with Shakur Stevenson. If Davis follows through on his retirement plans, it could significantly impact his reputation, while his accomplishments to date are remarkable. Stepping away without facing Stevenson or other top-tier opponents like Teofimo Lopez could leave questions about how he would have fared against the best of his era, while the thought of Davis versus Steven excites fans. The road to making the fight is fraught with complications. Reports say that Davis has attached a brutal condition to the bout. One potential sticking point is a rehydration clause, which Davis might demand to limit Stevenson's weight gain after the weigh-in. These clauses, while common in boxing, are controversial as they can affect a fighter's performance and even compromise their health. Alternatively, Davis might push for a larger share of the purse, citing his established status as a pay-per-view draw. Such negotiations are often contentious and could delay or derail the fight entirely. The commercial appeal of this fight hangs on both fighters' undefeated records and championship statuses. As a result, any disagreement over terms could risk robbing fans of a bout that could define an era in the lightweight division. Another wrinkle in the Davis-Stevenson saga is Shakur Stevenson's reported refusal of a one-fight deal, instead seeking a multi-fight agreement. This development, revealed by Steven Espinosa, raises questions about Stevenson's approach to getting high-profile bouts. While multi-fight deals can offer stability and financial security, they also complicate talks, particularly when dealing with a star like Davis, who has significant leverage. Davis has reacted dismissively to Stevenson's demands, stating that Stevenson is not worth it and implying that he needs more experience before stepping into the ring with someone of Davis's caliber. Davis's comments suggest a belief that Stevenson has yet to prove himself at the highest level, despite holding a world title. This dismissive attitude could be posturing aimed at getting the upper hand in talks, but it also risks alienating fans eager to see the fight happen.
Some of your 135 contemporaries have a lot to say these days. Shakur Stevenson, well, of course he's now 135 after all that stuff, and then Devin Haney.
Right, so why people even talk like he the best at, he didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126, 30 or none of that.
He is good.
Okay. How can you, all that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you're going to get hit. What you going to do when you get...
The verbal exchanges between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Shakur Stevenson have added more fire to an already heated boxing landscape. Recently, Davis aimed a pointed jab at Stevenson, saying, "What has Shakur done? What has he done in sports? He has done nothing." These words underscore the rising tension between two of boxing's most talented fighters, both of whom are carving out their legacies in the lightweight division. Shakur Stevenson has responded to Tank's remarks with confidence, asserting his skills and accomplishments while showing interest in a future clash. Stevenson, known for his slick defensive abilities and tactical acumen, seems unbothered by the critique. On the other hand, Davis's comments reflect his belief in his superiority, a sentiment backed by his reputation as a knockout artist with a sizable fan base. This exchange shows what makes sports competitive, not just egos. Both fighters have strong followings, and a potential matchup would be a blockbuster event for boxing. Stevenson recently moved to lightweight, where Davis reigns as one of the top fighters, making a possible showdown between the two more plausible. The verbal sparring adds intrigue and builds anticipation for what could be a defining fight in their lives. Boxing thrives on rivals, and this one has all the elements of a classic: talent, trash talk, and the promise of high stakes. For now, fans are left speculating on whether these words will lead to action in the ring. If a fight were to materialize, it would not only settle the score, but also provide a platform for both fighters to prove their greatness. Until then, the war of words is likely to continue, keeping the spotlight firmly on Davis and Stevenson.
What have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Who that?
The Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
So what do you say to those who
I
might
keep
be
saying his
afraid?
name for.
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of somebody, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only win in basketball and football. That shit